Hello, everybody. So, guess what? Ballot initiatives will not protect pro cannabis, pro women's rights, pro workers' rights, or other related initiatives to protect the expansion of civil liberties and civil rights for people or access to opportunities for people in states, period. This is Eric Foster of the Future Today and Tomorrow Super PAC and also co-founder of the Changemaker Initiative. And I'm making this video because this is to my friends in Florida, in Oklahoma, and in Missouri who are trying ballot initiatives to either add adult use marijuana in Oklahoma and in Florida, even though two previous initiatives failed. And in the Oklahoma one, it failed extremely spectacularly. And then to Missouri, where a number of hemp operators are looking to repeal the existing state cannabis laws that are constitutional amendments with a new one that would reset the table and allow for a whole new regulatory structure for both cannabis and hemp. Nice idea and concept. These things would normally make sense in terms of direct democracy activities. But what we've seen in the states that you're looking to do those is that the MAGA Republican and Republican elected officials, who are the majority in those states, don't give a damn about what the voters want and do everything they can to repeal or to gut what you've passed by the voters. Missouri, let's start with you. So just this year, just this month, 58% voter supported paid sick leave ballot initiative was repealed by the legislature and signed into law by Governor Parsons. 58% of the voters in Missouri in a presidential election, even though they voted for Donald Trump, said we want to codify as statute paid sick leave and time off. And the governor and the legislature, the Republican, MAGA Republican legislature said, we don't care. We're repealing this. This isn't the first time that they've done this. They also did the same thing regarding the efforts in Missouri to add Medicaid expansion and the fact that they fought against that. And then when it came time to actually put money in the budget to go along with it, the legislature said, nope, we're not going to. And it took years before it was actually implemented through your state Supreme Court. In Oklahoma, you all are trying to do another ballot initiative in a state where right now the superintendent of education is putting an indoctrination test requirement for teachers that come from non-MAGA states to prove their loyalty to MAGA ideology. This is what they did in 1933 and 1934 in transitioning from the free German education system to the Nazi dominated education system. But you think that somehow you can get something good in Oklahoma through ballot initiative. Good luck with that. In Florida, not only did Florida make the ability to do ballot initiatives more difficult with the 60 vote threshold, 60% vote threshold, and the single subject requirement, which limits what you can put into the language that, if passed, would actually allow for the full intent to be passed. You they're trying to make it harder, but then also in 2018, when the voters passed an initiative to restore voting rights to persons who had served their time as felons, the legislature basically gutted that by putting a poll tax, if you will, regarding the fees and fines that individuals had relating to their felony before they could even get a sniff of their voting rights back. So, in what world do you all think that somehow passing ballot initiatives is going to be respected? We have other examples: Ohio, Utah, Arizona, when it was a MAGA controlled state, just to name a few, Mississippi, where voter referendums have either been changed or overturned by the legislature or by the state Supreme Court. The only way to get what you're hoping to accomplish is to change the elected officials, to then change the regulatory environment and change your future, which is what we're trying to do with the Changemaker Initiative, and why we need you all to come on board and work with us at the initiative. Because ultimately, Oklahoma is not going to pass, Florida is not going to pass, and Missouri, you're going to mess up what you already have, which was still, even though passed by the voters, the implementation of the adult use was mishandled by the state regulatory body. And so the best way to get outcomes is start firing legislators and governors who are opposed to what you're trying to do, as well as other elected officials that fight against the things that you're hoping to accomplish. So this isn't just an argument, though, for a change maker when it comes to cannabis and hemp. This is also for those who are supportive of abortion rights, where you're seeing, even if you pass it through ballot initiative, MAGA legislators are trying to overturn it. Workers' rights and protection and expansion, pro family legislation that, when it gets passed, gets overturned, gutted, or kneecapped. Environmental protections, others. We have to start firing the people who do a daily job as legislators and the governors and the attorney generals in these states to then gut what the voters wanted because they don't care. So if you really want to ensure that cannabis is adult use, or that the regulatory environment for hemp is equal to cannabis, or that women have abortion access, or that workers have proper access to paid sick leave or the like, join us at the Changemaker Initiative so we can start electing state legislators and governors and AGs who will actually back the will of the majority of the voters and stop this crap that we're getting, because the ballot initiative does not save you and it's not going to save you. And lastly, to the folks who passed and got 58% of the Missouri voters to adopt paid sick leave and time off, don't do another ballot initiative. Work with us at the Changemaker Initiative to start firing the folks in the legislature and start shifting so that we can get majority control and adopt this through statutory law. Thank you. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.